Kolbrin Bible, Book 6, Book of Morals and Precepts, Chapter 34. Truth. NPR 34:1. Truth is not a quality of earth, but an infusion from the greater region beyond the veil, where truth is manifested in purity. Here on earth, things do not disclose their true nature to the eye, for the things we see with the eye are as the eye sees them, and not as they are in reality and truth. The eye is a poor interpreter of reality. NPR 34:2. To attain truth, man must reach out beyond earth and himself. While he remains bound to earth, he may perceive the light of truth only dimly in its reflection from the source afar. NPR 34:3. Nevertheless, to strive for truth must be one of the main aims of life. Therefore, earth, the wise instructress, teaches man the nature of deceit, and places it all about him, that he may observe its ways and learn to distinguish its illusions. It is in the nature of a game wherein man tries to discover what is reality, so far with little success, for the road to truth lies through the thick forest of illusion and across the wide wastelands of deceit. NPR 34:4. Unlock the secrets of a stone, and perchance you will find a star. Open the body of water, and you may discover a heart of fire. NPR 34:5. Did not the men of olden times teach that our eyes deceive us in all things, and that only the great eye can perceive all things in truth? NPR 34:6. The godlings of old, who lived beyond the great mountains, taught that man was not a solid being, but likened to a whirlpool in the midst of a moving sea. They saw earth as a movement within a movement, and life within life, and was not their wisdom greater than ours? NPR 34:7. The earth progresses in wisdom from generation to generation, but not all wisdom is handed down through the generations of man. There are losses as well as gains. NPR 34:8. Does the eye in the red alcove see things as does the mortal eye of man? Or are things different there at the window of truth? NPR 34:9. Truth and perfection unite in one, and neither is to be found in purity on earth. Yet, though man desire truth, when she stands before them, they see her not, for the colored glass of illusion veils nothing as much as it veils truth. NPR 34:10. Truth is the cupbearer of the true God, and pours out full measure to those who uphold his decrees. At some time in their lives, the call comes to all men to bear witness to truth as they see it. NPR 34:11. The man who has truth for his tow line acquires position and estate, for he is a worthy man. NPR 34:12. Truth cannot be determined by the arguments of men. It is therefore not to be weighed according to their arguments, but their arguments according to the light of truth, as it is revealed and known. Say not that truth is established by time, or that a multitude of believers makes certainty. NPR 34:13. The best truth men can ever have to judge is truth apparent, for truth and actuality cannot be manifested to men on earth. Then, with regard to truth and falsehood, do they not appear alike in things beyond our understanding? How then could we decide between them, were it not for the whispers of our conscience? NPR 34:14. General opinion is the least proof of truth, for men in general are ignorant. And then, too, the law decrees that the surroundings and circumstances of man shall be more conducive to deception than to truth. NPR 34:15. Seek after truth, for it is the greatest of things man can understand. God is beyond his comprehension, but truth is not, It alone is the path towards the fulfillment of the destiny of man. Progress through life is the unveiling of truth, but can men ever stand in her august presence? As the owl is blinded in the splendor of the sun, so will man be dazzled before the unveiled face of majestic truth. NPR 34:16. Truth is oftentimes veiled with deceit or tainted with the foul touch of hypocrisy. Truth without honesty is a tree without leaves. A distorted truth has a visage more frightening than any other conceivable horror, and even the innocent heart quails before it. NPR 34:17. O majestic truth, what wickedness is wrought in your fair name! What pain you suffer at the mouths of hypocrites and deceivers, where so often a fragment of truth is built into the fabric of a great falsehood. NPR 34:18. What appears as truth in the gloom of the serpent's lair may look very different in the clear light of day. NPR 34:19. Truth, the best advocate, is also the purifying flame, which often hurts more than falsehood. Otherwise the soul is struck an evil blow. NPR 34:20. The weakling and unworthy man says, "What have I to do with truth, which too often breeds wrath and stirs up trouble? Is not the soft word more desirable, and is it not the password to popularity? A weakling and fool, are not the foes made by truth better than the friends made by falsehood?" NPR 34:21. Say not, how can the true be known from the false, if truth be not of earth? Know that you have found truth and sufficiency when you find that which guides truly. NPR 34:22. Truth is eternal and unchanging. The first truth, which was in the beginning, will endure until the end. Nothing can be added to it, and nothing taken away. It may be viewed from many sides and appear different, but such differences are in the eyes of the beholders. Truth itself is unalterable and cannot change. NPR 34:23. Truth is not with man, nor of the earth. It is with God alone. And when man sees truth in its purity, he will see God. NPR 34:24. Great truths are the food of the soul, and great souls are the inheritors of eternity. NPR 34:25. Walk always towards truth, and though it will recede as you approach, for it is unattainable on earth, nevertheless you are proceeding in the right direction. NPR 34:26. Truth lies at the end of the future. When all is ended, there is truth. NPR 34:27. Only truth can set men free. The day will come when man can be told openly about his real nature and destiny, and in that day his spirit will respond and unfold its glory like a flower bud opening to the sun. In that day he will accept that the change called death is but the port of departure to a greater sphere of activity. He will then understand what he really is and must become to fulfill his destiny.